What is pH? pH is a measure of hydrogen ion concentration, a measure of the acidity or alkalinity of a solution. Aqueous solutions at 25 degrees with a pH less than 7 are considered as acid, while those with a pH greater than 7 are considered as basic or alkaline. A pH level of 7 is defined as neutral because of the concentration of H3O positive equals the concentration of OH negative in pure water.
The pH scale is a measure of acidity. The scale runs from 0 to 14, with acids having a pH less than 7, 7 being neutral, and bases having a pH higher than 7. Acids and bases react with each other in what is called neutralization reaction. The reaction produces salt and water and leaves the solution closer to a neutral pH than before.
Characteristics between acids and bases. Acids can accept electron pairs or donate hydrogen ions or protons. Bases donate electron pairs or donate hydroxide ions or electrons. Their pH is less than 7 and their pH is greater than 7. The litmus test color is red, and in bases the litmus test is color blue. Both conduct electricity, and one clear example for acids is the vinegar and lemon juice, and for bases, soap, detergent, or sodium.
The basic ingredients to create a beer are a gift of nature. The process begins with the reception of the raw material. Barley is the basic raw material for brewing. Barley is carefully selected and it goes through a process known as malting. It passes through 3 stages: soaking, germinating, and drying. The barley is processed into malt. Another ingredient is hop. In the hop are the compounds that give the bitterness and scent to the beer. It contributes to the stability of its flavor and its foam, and of course the water quality which is brewed. Preparation process begins in the cereal cooker where attachments are processed. And the macerator where the malt is processed. Then attachments and malt are mixed to continue the process and get a sweet amber liquid with high nutritional properties called wort.
Altas propiedades alimenticias llamado mosto. Al término del proceso, en el macerador, el macerado se envía al filtro de mosto para separar el líquido de los granos agotados. El mosto filtrado se envía a la olla de cocimientos.
It is subject to a boiling process to achieve the required changes and also to achieve a better product stability. Then the wort is cooled to the right temperature so that we can inoculate the yeast that will be responsible for carrying out the fermentation that will be convert wort into beer. This must that we have been working on is the food of the leavening, in which, in the fermentation, this will become to beer. The fermentation takes place over a period of 7 to 9 days in a cylinder conical-shaped containers. Once the fermentation step is over, the resting stage begins in the same containers. At the end of the resting stage, it is sent to the filter to remove solids from the matured beer, obtaining a clear and bright liquid ready to be packed. The last stage is the packing.
The pH pH of the mash is very important for proper conversion of sugars during the mash and also due its effect on finished beer. Mashing should always take place at a pH of between 5.1 and 5.3. However, it's important to note that we're talking about the pH of mixed mash, which depends on the color and quantity of malts added to the beer. In most cases, the mixed mash will be slightly alkaline, with a pH above 5.3, and require an acidic addition or buffering to bring it down to 5.2.
The acceptable values in the beer production process are from 5.2 to 5.5. In the work of amylases will be favored and the abstract production will increase, with more fermentable sugars and a greater attenuation. As we already said, pH is a very important factor within the beer production, and a change in it can affect all the process. The consequences of this will be the change of water that will not have the necessary nutrients. As a result, it won't have the same effect and the smash won't have the correct rank. And another consequence will be in the enzymes that will not be produced as normal. So starch will stop the production of sugars that will affect the yeast, which is the main producer of alcohol. As a result of all these consequences, beer will not be produced.